I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I created another universe.
Muito bem, cá estou eu de volta. Já faz uns bons tempos que eu não jogo Genshin, então tem bastante coisa que ficou pendurada aqui nesse jogo desde então. Eu vou mover essa câmera pro outro lado, que eu acho que vai ficar melhor. Ainda não ficou bom, né? Eu posso posicionar essa câmera melhor aqui. Seria mais embaixo.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
Aqui ficou pior ainda. Ok. Não. Não era isso. Deixa aqui
I
escondidinho.
created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
Isso aqui. Aqui. Aqui vai ficar bom. Muito bom. Melhorou. Bom, vamos começar pelo princípio. Hoje tá aí a atualização, aliás, a live, né, do anúncio da atualização 4.4, que significa que temos códigos de resgate para poder copiar aqui, bonitinho. E aí vamos inserir então os códigos. Vamos começar pelo princípio da coisa. Para não esquecer, porque isso aqui tem prazo para fazer, né, basicamente hoje. Se não fizer hoje, não faz mais. Então, ou faz ou não faz. Basicamente é assim que funciona mesmo. Então vamos lá, Genshin, deixa eu catar o código aqui, BBQ8, BBQ8, AZHU, H2CZ, H2CZ. É isso. Muito bem. O segundo código é MT88, AYHC, Z2UR, Z2UR. Muito bem. E o terceiro e último código, bonitinho, FA9Q, FA9Q, AGYD, ZJEV, ZJEV. Muito bem. Códigos devidamente resgatados, vamos... Nem é aqui. Não é aqui, não é aqui, é aqui. Ó. Bang, muito bem. Faz tanto tempo. Faz tanto tempo que eu não jogo que, tipo, tudo deve ter mudado. Já trocou até o banner aqui. Era Shogun. Yayoimiya. E a arma. Putz. A última vez que saiu essa arma eu ganhei o arco. Ai, tá frio, bicho. Pelo amor de Deus. Eu acho até que eu tava apontando na arma a última vez, no histórico, se eu não me engano. Vamos ver quando é que foi a última vez que eu joguei. Ou não, né? Não sei. Pode ser que não. Tudo bem. Aqui pra chat. Precisa mais. Muito bem. 20 de dezembro. Ganhei uma Layla no evento de arma. Vamos ver se os outros aqui. É, eu tinha sido em agosto ainda. Até perdeu já as informações. Pois é. E agora? Queria muito o cortador de jade, mas essa altura do campeonato eu nem sei. Vou disparar aqui, vai que a gente consegue ali a monstrinha nova. Não. Não. Acho que é o último tiro. É o último tiro. Também não. Começamos bem. Começamos bem aqui. Ô, beleza. Tem nada, vamos embora.
Absolutely fine, main foil.
O que tem aqui? Termina em 9 dias. Tá longe. E aqui? Dois acampamentos de batalha de besouros do ataque. Nossa, eu perdi muito evento. Dança da vontade resoluta. Legal. Teste de personagens. Beleza. Contemplando a eternidade. Resgatado. Mé. E mé. Então ficou aqui. Só pra não perder o hábito. Testar o menino Benedito. Tá bom, tá bom. Eu sei usar ele.
Get out of here! Out of the frying pan, it's... No, my sword! Everybody stand back! Rain cutter!
You're in for a little shock. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Nice and spicy! Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse.
Come a little closer.
You're toast!
Lisa é muito boa. O Ben tinha suporte na real, né, cara? Não faz sentido bater com ele. Ele nem é um aplicador piro muito... Aliás, os personagens novos que estão vindo aí, rapaz, vai deixar esses personagens velhos ainda mais empoeirados agora, porque... Tá louco, os caras me fizeram umas coisas muito absurdas. Essa nova que vem aí pra substituir o Shell 2.0 vai ser muito monstra. Que isso, velho. Que isso. Nem era aqui. Por que ele tá pegando aqui ainda? Ah, teste de personagem. Sara! Nossa, faz mu... Essa aqui faz mais de ano que eu não uso. Bah. Faz tempo. Faz muito tempo. É que eu gosto de arqueiro. Eu lembro que no começo do jogo eu não tinha nenhum arqueiro. Eu gostava de arqueiro, não tinha como usar. Tinha só Amber.
The Shogun! Flash! Again! Strike! No turning back! Flash!
Ah, me acertou igual.
Boba, get them! Hey, go!
Let's spark things up.
Apelei. Aí eu apelei. Mas dá conta sozinha. Ela é uma 4 estrelas fracona, mas dá conta sozinha. É um personagem que é estranho, porque na lore dela parece muito forte e em jogo ela é bem fraca. Não convenceu. E olha que eu gosto de arqueiro elétrico, mas vai botar a ficha comparado com a Sarah, ela não consegue fazer frente a ficha. É difícil mesmo. Outro personagem elétrico, só a própria Shogun mesmo. Isso aqui é uma apelação do caramba, né? Além do carregado, ainda tem o corvinho que fica disparando junto, aí acabou, né, velho? Que novidade, essa eu não conheço. Chevreuse. Não faço nem ideia como é que se pronuncia chevreuse. Apresenta a habilidade elemental da Chevreuse, causa dano piro contra os inimigos. E depois de lançada, continua a regenerar a vida para o próprio personagem ativo por um tempo. Manter pressionado permitirá lançar o modo mira. Além disso, a habilidade elemental causa dano piro com ousia periodicamente. Ó, legal. Pra... Nossa, tá pegando fogo no cabelo da mulher? Ela é assim mesmo? Meu Deus do céu. O que aconteceu? Tem a ficha junto.
Final warning!
Oh! Caraca, já gostei. Ela bate com uma espada, ela é uma lança. Por que lanceira, meu? Não faz sentido isso daqui. Vamos ver só apertando ela. Eita, apelação.
You asked for it!
Demora muito pra ter um cooldown dela. Foi o que estragou a personagem.
Drop your weapons! Justice will prevail!
By royal decree!
Don't get too close! Supporting fire!
Try not to enjoy this too.
Stop right there! Hands where I can see them! Drop your weapons! You asked for it!
Check this out! I got you covered!
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
You're in for a little shock. Let's...
Final warning! Justice will prevail!
É divertida, mas demora muito pra poder dar um tirinho de nada. Não curti. Passo. Passo. Até porque eu nem podia pegar mesmo, não faz diferença. Não tem como pegar mesmo, então passo. De qualquer maneira ia passar. Ei, lasqueira, hein? Mas nesse caso acho que não. Não convenceu. Detalhe que eu tô na 4.3 ainda, os caras estão lançando a 4.4, eu nem fiz a 4.2 ainda, bicho. Ai, meu Deus do céu, ainda tem que voltar lá no deserto que eu não terminei também. Ixi. Aqui eu gostei. Essa daqui... O azar da Yoimiya tá sempre com um banner forte. Tipo a Shogun. Aí não tem como, né, velho? Acabei pegando a Yoimiya por acaso e gostei dela. Ela funciona, diferentemente da Chevreuse ali. O dano piro da Yoimiya é bom. Ela faz isso.
Time for a light show! Here come the fireworks! Fire hazard! Go the ship down!
Eu disse que ela é muito apelona, cara. É um personagem muito gostoso de andar. Diferentemente da Chevreuse, essa aí funciona. Tu tá dando piro contínuo, cara. Ela é muito, muito forte nesse sentido. Praticamente o tempo todo. E fora que ela tem aquele teleguiado dela ali, que pelo amor de Deus. Pena que a Amber demorou muito pra vir as duas flechinhas dela. Era bom também. Mas a Yoimiya é muito superior, não tem como comparar. Mais forte, mais rápida. Maior aplicação piro. Não tem nem como. E por fim... Plano de alquimia. Aí é complicado. A história da Shogun é muito boa. Aliás, toda a parte de Nazuma, incluindo a economia, foi muito bom. Foi tão bom quanto o Sumero.
Illusion shattered!
Nice and spicy!
No, my sword!
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Eles viram agora?
Let's light it up! Everybody stand! Time to act. Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Eat!
Torn to oblivion!
I'm going in!
Nice and spicy!
Nem precisou da Shogun. Se bem que ela tava dando eletro, aplicando eletro fora de campo. Meu querido. A Shogun é muito forte, cara. Aí já é outro patamar, né? Ela é uma Arconde, não tem como. Ela tem que fazer jus. Aliás, o Arconde sempre é o melhor aplicador, né, do seu elemento. Personagem que a Ningguang devia ter um ganho legal ali, ela não merecia ser daquele jeito. Bem que ela na pedrada ia ser muito apelona. Ixi, tô pro lado errado. E aí, Antônio? Como é que você tá? Cara, eu tô caminhando, mas nem sei se não tem um teleporte do lado do negócio lá. Minha nossa, longe pra caramba. Pior que não tem nada perto. Esse aqui é mais perto, pelo menos já me dá uma adiantada de distância aí. Vamos caminhar menos. Já teve personagem, entre aspas, novo aqui pra mim. Vambora.
Everyone hold hands!
Everyone hold hands. Narida é muito ninja, cara. Aqui tem um montão de árvore. Vamos pegar aqui também. Tudo ok, que bom. Que bom, meu velho. Ih, não terminou de carregar ainda. E vamos de novo. Pô. Caraca, 74 vitórias. Ainda falta bastante vitória que falta, hein, bicho. Vai dar uma mão pra fazer isso daí. Ah, é um... Achei que era um lugar, mas é só... Em condições normais aqui é fechado. Não sei se você tá falando. Eita, parece bem desolado. Parece bem antigona. Yep.
Just be careful.
Certo que a gente vai usar a nave. Nível recomendado, 90. Tamo dentro, vambora. Precisa de alguém? Não? Tá isso, vambora. Tá tentando jogar o Genshin no telefone, mas infelizmente no telefone não suporta o controle. Aí, nossa, é muito triste. Muito triste. Se desse pra rodar com o controle era bonzinho. Até pra fazer as diárias, coisa curtinha assim, ia bem, sabe? Ah. Devia ter colocado a Cut no time. Cut sempre me salva nessas situações. Olha aí. E aí, rapaz? Tudo tranquilo? É sério mesmo? Ah, tu quer me acertar, né, cara?
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
There is no escape.
Faltou uma coisa. Pra não perder o hábito. Tem nada? Não. Vambora. Pô, nem um baúzinho, Miho. Vocês estão economizando, hein, cara? Eu sei, mas não deixou nem eu... Pô! Aí eu quero um míssil o negócio. É, acho que morreu. Ah, um baúzinho aqui. Yeah. Dobrando fazer os troféus platina muitas vezes com desconexão. Ah, vai ser assim até o fim.
Yeah,
O lugar também foi contaminado com água primordial.
a lot of it, too. A Fontanian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell in.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
Você vai capotar, vai de arrasta pra cima se ficar aí.
I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you. That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
É.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. So, staying here wouldn't be safe either.
É, ela tá numa situação complicada pra ela. Se ela encostar na água, ela morre.
Just up ahead.
Essa água é venenosa pra ela. Pior do que venenosa.
All right. Come with us for now, then.
Isso aí.
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
Não dá nem pra quebrar. Vamos lá. Parece economia isso daqui. O meu travou muitas vezes antes de começar a corrida. Tipo, bah. Então tá bem ruim, né? Eu larguei de fazer essa platina por isso mesmo.
With this bridge.
Eu pulei. Aprendi a desapegar de algumas platinas. De ter esporte é uma delas. Pula, filha, senão você vai morrer. Traveler! Tá, e agora tu vai fazer o quê? É agora. Aí aparece a Furina salvando todo mundo. Bah, aí sim, hein? Né, acho que não. Ai, tem que comprar as receitas ainda. Ih, tem que ir lá no Bully, eu nem fui ainda. Tá, um monte de coisa pendurada. Ficando pesado esse jogo já pro PS4. Coitado. Imagina o celular, então.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
Oh, was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus, and Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
Todo mundo tá embaixo d'água, tem as distorções.
It's been great.
Muito
Thanks
massa.
to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night. Even my neighbor, Obina, was getting fed up with them.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and get them to listen to what you have to say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia again?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and they'll become very big and beautiful once they bloom. I don't know what we would have done without your help, so this is a little token of our appreciation. I hope you won't refuse.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Malus, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flower.
Very well.
Wait. Something seems to be off here. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but your name seemed familiar to me. I must have heard it when I was discussing things with your husband previously. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do? Like what?
Well, now, did you forget?
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you. Please, come to the Opera House. Your trial is about to begin.
My trial? Wait, why would I need to go to the Opera House?
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now.
Oh?
Ok, né? Foi um pouco estranho, mas ok. Ela caiu, deu pra entender que ela caiu na água primordial e virou água. Ela, né, foi de arrasta pra cima. Pelo menos até agora. Vamos descobrir o que vai rolar agora.
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And as for the judge... huh? Where's Monsieur Neuvillette?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany you.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today is an exception.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rosula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you for help, you responded. Not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are inseparable. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together with us forever.
Huh? What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but what is the purpose of having me stand here like this? What is there to discuss?
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
Então não joga esse jogo no PS5 com um load mais rápido e gráfico melhor. O gráfico não vai ser muito melhor, porque o estilo gráfico dele é meio banda animada. E, cara, Genshin é um jogo que aniquila o HD, no caso o SSD, né? Então, prefiro que ele mate o do PS4 do que o do PS5.
Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontanians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro! Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that her beautiful soul must return to everyone. Water accepts all, blends with all. It will surely accept her kindness. Everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro, and in the end, everyone shall meld together. Thus, when a unanimous opinion emerges, that opinion represents justice. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
Ugh, my head... it hurts.
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is spinning. All I can see is stars swirling in front of me. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very end.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, the majority is absolute justice. We are the will of all.
A platina é muito complicadinha pro online, né?
Navia here with us.
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you
Não faço ideia. Provavelmente meia-noite, mas não tem essa informação concreta.
Judgment is fair and just. Navia.
O coletivo não resiste, esse julgamento é justo. Navia pertence a
After all
nós.
that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
Eita, mãe.
What are you saying?
No more
Todo
excuses.
mundo é...
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia, she...
Silence.
That's... Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place. What, can't bear to leave us behind or something?
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now!
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
Eles foram absorvidos. Meu cara, na verdade, sim, tu tem que conseguir umas 8 vitórias por dia daqui pra frente até o final pra poder garantir que vai fazer essa platina a tempo, viu? Senão vai morrer na praia.
No, wait! Just a second!
Hey! Navia?
You're awake. Good.
Como é que ele chegou aí?
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were... They were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon could give you a hug.
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling toward the water. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Vambora!
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's something we could chat about?
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about, right?
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward?
I suppose so.
Sigourney.
Ah, Sigewinne.
Sigewinne.
I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been too much for her, has it?
No way! Don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing head nurse.
I see. Well, that is good.
Eventualmente vai também.
I always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of humanity, just as I have.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that's happened lately.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then.
Você que é especialista em conversar.
Oh, Neverlet. You're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell you?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. They had even transported a large quantity of supplies to the area. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the
Não é tanto servidor não, velho.
She informed me that she had asked you to
O
investigate.
galho desse negócio aí é a atualização do jogo mesmo. Manter falhas sendo corrigidas, a gente trabalhando nisso. Garantir que tá tudo funcionando certo, que nem o servidor, conexões. Esse tipo de coisa. Dá mais custo é isso. O servidor em si não. O computador ligado não faz muita diferença. O que pesa pra eles
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting.
é mais isso, né?
I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Olha aqui quando eu falo que a cutting faz diferença. A cutting consegue subir ali. Bem que esse aqui também consegue.
Oh no! Another unstable path! Watch your step! I see everything! Let's move out! Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
By royal decree.
We're almost at the top! Keep it up!
Eita.
This way for a little. Yeah.
Rust and rebuild. Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Shogun é muito apelona. Ó, tá uma pistolinha d'água ali do lado que eu vi. Eu vi. Ninguém contou. Lugar grande, né? É uma cavernona. Eles têm uma coisa com caverna nesse jogo que eu nunca vi. Eu tenho a impressão que eu fiquei preso. Não sei. Na dúvida, vamos baixar o sarrafo.
Looks like we've reached the end.
É.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces in the vicinity.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering. Could we take them down and have a look?
Perhaps we should just leave them be for
É, vai
now.
desabar tudo aí.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed. I shall record the history of its future here in its past.
Enigma.
Say what?
Say what?
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose. But does he mean that Fontaine should be destroyed?
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same. She's facing this...
Uma ilha no céu.
Some kind
Celestia.
of island in the sky?
And is that Lady Farina in the third image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in the water?
The fourth image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
Ela sozinha.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it, most likely due to us missing the first slate. I am very sorry.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone slates isn't one of your duties.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these slates. This says that it's the history of the future, right? That means the prophecy's sure to come true.
I really hope it doesn't mean that.
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them together.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the third, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the third image. That means that the person in the second image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why would she be in such a posture? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the prophecy? Does that mean that someone, or some people, once saw these slates?
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing...
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Ela não é difícil. Na época do lançamento, em 2017 pra frente, não era difícil. A platina do GT Sport, a única coisa dela é que ela é demorada. Isso ela é realmente. Né? São 322 corridas. A ideia é que durante essas 300 e tantas corridas, tu vai conseguir as vitórias e as poles. Aí depende mais de habilidade, mas ela não é difícil. Porque a maioria simplesmente fez que nem eu, deixou de lado. Eu, por exemplo, não me importo com online. Eu não sou muito fã de troféu online, então pra mim não... Tanto é que o último troféu que eu vou fazer no GT7 vai ser as 50 provas do online. Exatamente o último troféu. Vai ser a última coisa que eu vou fazer no jogo. Pela platina, no caso, né? Mas assim, no geral, não tem, ele não... Esse tipo de troféu eu acho muito maçante. Mas o Igor Fraga da vida consegue um Hells, esse pessoal faz brincando. Deixar uma semana com eles ali, eles matam esse negócio rapidinho.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already beat.
Just head back to the Fluvsandra and have a rest then. Thanks for keeping me company all this time.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Rest well, everyone.
Cansado, Nivelete.
Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office. I will share the results of our discussion with you.
Cara, eu acho que a do GT Sport ela é mais difícil que a do GT5 a partir do ponto que tu depende da tua habilidade em relação a outros jogadores e muito ali é sorte. Tipo, ó, o troféu de pole, por exemplo, é muita sorte, cara. Tu pode fazer um tempo maravilhoso e ter um cara que fez 1 milésimo mais rápido e tu cair no servidor dele. Então, assim, é muito... E tu não sabe qual é o tempo que as outras pessoas estão fazendo. Então, tudo depende de sorte. No caso do GT Sport e de habilidade, né? Uma coisa aliada à outra. No GT5 é só habilidade. Então, assim, ele é difícil pra caramba por conta do padrão dourado, né? Que aquele troféu é ossinho mesmo de fazer. Levei 3 anos pra fazer aquilo lá. Mas, assim, é só tu decorar, só tu aprender o esquema do carro ali e dar a volta. Dar o... suar sangue, como a gente diz, né? Aí vai.
She has long been harboring secrets.
Eu acho que o do GT Sport é mais difícil por isso, porque depende de sorte além de habilidade. E é demorado.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then. You're probably the best person to talk to her anyway.
Yeah.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fluvsandra is always open to you, as ever. So please don't think you're an imposition. All right. I'll be on my way then.
Fim da missão. Volte amanhã às 8. Mas basicamente é isso. Um é mais habilidade pura mesmo, no caso do GT5, e no GT Sport, além disso, tem que ter sorte. E todo troféu que depende de sorte, pra mim...
Welcome back. We've got a special menu prepared for you two tonight.
Yay! And there's good food too! No, the boss is the best. Ooh, desserts! Nice, these are all... Paimon's already starting to forget what happened today.
Oh, that voice.
Mona?
Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in
ela trabalha em Fontaine. Senhorita Megistus.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontanian, are you?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Megistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Megistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one. Does it also mean great or something?
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Megistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Megistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deeply.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontanian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Teyvat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
Feiticeiras. Me lembrou a mãe da Clee.
Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face.
Thanks, Mona! You're amazing as always!
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we know, you know the stars
That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Our Fontanian friends will thank us someday.
Muito bom. Depois de conversar com o pai, vocês dormem para recarregar as energias.
Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
Ok. O porte, né, meu amigo? Vambora. Antes disso... Vamos ver se eu tenho alguma coisa pra doar aqui. 3... Tem aqui expedições. Ah, pois é. Entendi, foi nada. Guia. Nossa. É, tem bastante coisa pra fazer ainda. Vamos invadir a casa. Literalmente. Ok.
You're here! Finally!
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten...
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us.
Nossa.
It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh! You noticed! Seems Farina didn't even realize we were here.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage? Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we make sure that she won't just slip away at the first chance she gets?
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Tudo bem. E aí? O que vai rolar agora aí? Certo que vai ser um fatui. Não espero menos do que isso.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what family should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
Tem que trazer a Kokomi. A grande estrategista.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
É aí que caçam.
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady. Exactly the kind of person who would catch loads of fish.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related
Ele só chega e dá chablau no bicho e acabou.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks.
É.
But I do
Foi o que eu
have one
disse.
more question for you, monsieur.
Só chega, dá um chablau e
If we
acabou.
were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but maybe it's still not the best metaphor.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Sounds very interesting.
Metáfora de caçador com ninja era só isso, uma metáfora. Vocês não chamam isso de caça porque não é o que devemos fazer agora. Nem a relação de vocês com o Fran chegou a esse nível problemático. O que vocês precisam são os segredos que ela está guardando. Tentar tirar os segredos dela é um sacrilégio desrespeitoso, mas deve ser feito para impedir que o Fontaine afunde nas águas da profecia. É uma caçadora presa, mas deve haver uma armadilha e tudo que vocês vão precisar. Então tá, né?
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening. Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh? Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Eu achou que eles pelo menos estariam com medo. Bem, o primeiro estava agora. Estou surpreso, só isso.
Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice?
Ah, have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you. Guiding people is an Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Teyvat so easily be changed? Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Teyvat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Eu perdi essa parte do jogo aí, não joguei essa parte.
This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Puxa ele.
Paimon here's... Alright, coming! Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Luna!
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own
did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes! It was Charlotte. You remember her, right? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa, the Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so... Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh, we're fine. We're just
Ele está supimpa, meu Deus.
Kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for, and believe in, miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful. Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related, it was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Muy bien.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. But also kind of sad, too. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. Huh? Our names are written in this newspaper. Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report, a blonde adventurer with their white fairy legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once so while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will
So these are the kind of headlines that come from these days. Ooh, I could make a fortune from this.
Vamos resolver o bully. Nossa, o bully deve estar lotado já. Transbordando, eu diria.
This realm is
truly beginning to dry. Nossa, não tem nada de coisa que eu já não tenha feito.
If you ever...
Eita lasqueira, bicho. É isso aí, deu pra avançar bastantinho até. Vou fechar por aqui. Só vou coletar o Ad Astra Bissoski. A saída do bully sempre foi demorada. Essa sempre foi assim mesmo.
Ad Astra...
Bissoski, é.
Thank you for Ad Astra...
Tô tão sortudo que é capaz de sair o Bennett. Vamos ver se dá pra gastar 160. O que eu posso pegar aqui? Gastar aqui as resinas. Torrar a resina, vambora. Botar no bruxa de monstro tem força pura. Não tem sugestão de equipe, né? Aqui. Porém, você viu tem sua resistência física diminuída. Os personagens que infligem dano físico para diminuir a dificuldade. Mas mais dano físico aqui é cutting. Dá pra ir por aqui. Eu nem lembro mais, faz tanto tempo que eu não vou nisso daqui que olha. Ayaka. Vou tentar com a Shogun mesmo, vambora. Vou dar uma shogunada nos caras lá. Vamos resolver do jeito do nivelete. Na base do sarrafo. Vamos queimar as resinas, 5 delas.
Pay your dues.
Everyone hold hands.
Blink!
Freeze!
Over here!
Allow me.
Oz, reveal thyself! Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Let me amuse myself. Just once.
É, acho que o time com a Ayaka teria dado melhor aqui. Eu quero usar condensada. Leite condensado, vambora. Vambora! Quero sombra verde. Eu tô só coletando por coletar mesmo aqui, na verdade. Eu nem tô me importando com muita coisa. Eu nem sei como é que tá os artefatos mais nessa altura do campeonato. Perdi o fio da meada completamente.
Another here to play with me.
Thrust and rebuild! By royal decree! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Let me amuse myself a little.
Look at me. Just...
Muito lento ainda, 40 segundos, tá louco? Sombra verde. Nada de sombra verde. Caraca! Queria dar uma melhoradinha na sucrose, é a última coisa que eu me lembro. Tanto personagem, eu nem sei mais, eu perdi o controle desse jogo, cara, não sei mais. Vou focar nos que eu já tenho, eu acho.
There you are.
Another
I see everything.
Free!
Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Illusion shatters! Inazuma shines eternal!
Can't run from death.
Once more.
Recarga. Defesa, vida. Putz, que artefato miserável, bicho. Misericórdia. Ruim, ruim. Horrível, horrível. Nossa, horrível.
Are you here to play with me? The more... Committed to...
Oz, reveal... Shadow Raven!
This realm
Caraca!
home for a princess.
Torn to oblivion!
The more...
Allow me!
the merrier.
Let's play pretty a little.
Shine down!
Look at me.
Me derrubou. Já fui melhor que isso, velho. Proficiência, ataque, defesa, recarga e taxa. Olha, esse ficou bom, hein? Vou travar ele. Ficou bonzão, gostei. Depois tem que olhar pra quem que serve essas florzinhas aí. Eu acho que era talvez pra Noelle, bem no começo, mas agora eu nem sei mais.
Are you? Hold the ladder! Everyone hold hands!
By royal decree, illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
You can't run from
Resistance. Shine.
Peninha é sempre ataque. Olha! Taxa, dano e ataque. Tem uma vidinha pra escangalhar com tudo, mano. Tá bom, tá bom. Já foi bom. É isso, é isso. Fechamos a conta já. Tá bom, joguei bastante Genshin aí. Foi o quê? Meu Deus, 1h50. Feito. E é isso. Fui.